Now we go to a major shift across the state as North Carolina is entering phase 2, and with that, opening up restaurants, salons, and pools and more just a few minutes ago.
Yep, that kicked in at 5 o'clock tonight. Here's a list of some of the rules in effect. The stay-at-home order is lifted. Restaurants are open, have limits on capacity and new rules. Close contact businesses like salons and barber shops are open, but again, strict rules. And the pools are now open too. We're under what they're calling a safer at-home order, and bars, gyms, and playgrounds and theaters are still closed tonight.
I urge all North Carolinians to take the COVID-19 restrictions and safety rules seriously.
Well, tonight we have live team coverage following the impact this will have on several different industries and thousands of businesses. Let's start with our Joe Bruno tonight, who is live at Bonterra Dining and Wine Room, which just opened up inside for the first time in weeks. Joe, people waiting to get in?
Well, customers are starting to trickle in just now. Really, this restaurant in Dilfer is set up pretty nicely for social distancing. You can see a table right here. There's at least 6 feet in between the tables. And of course, since there's 50% capacity, you can see right here, not all of the tables are set up. So this restaurant is really doing a great job at showing how they can space out the dining room for customers when they do start to trickle in here. All the servers are prepared as well. They have plenty of hand sanitizer throughout the restaurant that will be used. So a really great example of how a restaurant can adapt in the era of social distancing. Of course, indoor dining is just one thing that's allowed right now. Barbershops also can reopen. For more on that, let's go to Channel 9 reporter Mark Becker. Hey, Mark.
Yeah, Joe, they were looking forward to a 5 o'clock opening here at Master Cuts on the west side of Charlotte, but guess what? That storm came through, knocked out all of their power, so they're going to have to wait until tomorrow morning, but they expect to be full starting about 8 o'clock or so. And you know, in communities like this one, barbershops are far more than just places to get your haircut. They're community centers. And the barbers themselves are something between big brothers and guidance counselors.
This is a peace haven. This is a place that people laugh. It's people that cry. We cut you on your first haircut, and sometimes we leave the shop and we cut you on your last haircut at the funeral home.
And that's why the owner here, Willis Drons, who was just talking with us there, says he doesn't think it's a coincidence that while barbershops have been closed for the last 2 months, violent crime in some parts of Charlotte has gone up. We'll talk more about that on Eyewitness News at 6, but it's certainly an interesting perspective. Erica?
Yes, all these businesses having different dynamics on aspects of our lives. Thank you, Mark.
Now I want to take a live look at our Lake Norman camera again, and you can see that it's starting to clear up out there. The water, a lot of people hoping to celebrate the holiday weekend out on the water. But what holiday activities are safe? Going to a friend's house, the cookout. Channel 9's Susanna Black spoke to an expert about what you should and should not do.
Well, there's no doubt about it. People are so ready to see their family and friends, and Memorial Day weekend is really the perfect time to do it. Whether you're heading to a cookout or maybe here to the parks, doctors say staying outside is the key to staying healthy.
I like to just get out of the house since we've been cooped up for so long and go do something.
Today, Hudson Little is getting his wish. He and his 8 brothers and sisters are hitting Target for the first time in months. And this weekend,
go to my mom and dad's lake house, ride the boat, jump off some rocks.
Mom Amanda Duncan says, like many families, they're hitting the water for Memorial Day. Whether you're boating or headed to the park,
as much as possible, if possible, to stay outside.
Dr. Keith Griffin says that's the key to preventing virus spread. Under Governor Cooper's safer at home order, you can gather outside with up to 25 people or inside with up to 10. He says always opt for the outdoors and have fun from a distance.
If they're from a different household than you, I wouldn't shake hands and I wouldn't hug them.
Hard to do, but he says it's critical to staying safe. So is having as little contact as possible. If you're cooking out or you do have to go inside someone else's house,
have disposable utensils. Don't try to minimize serving out of a buffet line, that kind of thing, where people are sort of mixing things together, right? If you have to go to the bathroom, you have to go to the bathroom, but try to be real careful. Make sure you wash your hands afterwards.
And if you're wondering if it's safe to eat food made by somebody else, he says yes, go for that burger. Just make sure to wash your hands really well before and after. Back to you.
Susanna, thank you. The Charlotte hotels hope that reopening will start to get people back in their doors. The Charlotte Business Journal reports even though they are essential, some hotels in Charlotte just shut down completely. They only had a few people at most staying in their rooms. Occupancy fell more than 60% from last year. Of course, they continue to disinfect and hope a resurging business brings more travelers in their doors.
Mecklenburg County is now reporting that for the first time, someone without an underlying health condition has died of COVID-19. The county saying that it was a 43-year-old who died yesterday. Now, the other 72 people from Mecklenburg County who passed away were at least 50 years old or older and had some sort of underlying health condition. More than half of these cases are connected to outbreaks at long-term care facilities. Mecklenburg County is also concerned about the number of cases in the Hispanic community. Of the more than 2,800 cases across the county, more than a third of them are in people who are Hispanic, most of them being younger adults. Now, officials say the rise has also coincided with a spike in cases at construction sites. Coming up ahead at 5:30, we're looking into what's driving that increase. There is a lot of good news, though, in the data. The county is about 40% to its 30-day testing goal during the past week. An average of 6.3% of people who were tested were positive. Now, that is down from 7% from the county's last update on May the 12th. About 61% of the county's patients have already been released from isolation.
More than a third of people who have the virus don't feel sick, and by the time they do, there's a chance they might have infected someone else. New numbers from the CDC saying that 35% of patients are asymptomatic. The agency also estimates 4 out of every 10 transmissions of the virus are happening before people feel sick because you're not social distancing, although you should. Now, tests have come back negative at a local senior living facility. Mint Hill Senior Living says all tests were negative. Good news. Medic helped test residents there because of a problem with the ones that were done earlier by a private lab. That facility says it's great that they're all negative. They'll continue to social distance and try to clean everything and prevent any cases from happening there.